Welcome back to Harville. A barrage of headlines this morning say Obama's not hitting John McCain hard enough. And Time Magazine's Joe Klein wonders, where's Obama's passion? Joining me is Richard Wolff, who's with the Obama campaign in Chesapeake, Virginia right now, and Lynn Sweet of the Chicago Sun. Excuse me. Let's start with you. Richard Wolff, tell me about this campaign and the back and forth that's going on.
Well, I don't know what Joe Klein's been listening to, but this is a candidate who's much more fired up now than he was before his vacation. He's punching harder now on a whole range of things, whether it's McCain's ties to lobbyists or this home deal, this question about how many homes McCain has. I think this is a guy who's getting pumped up by the convention. He's certainly enjoying the attention about the V pick. Okay,
Lynn, how's this campaign going? Do you think he's guilty of not punching?
I think he needed to be harder. I think that after the Europe trip and the vacation, I thought the campaign was a little off stride because McCain found a way to get at him with this celebrity hit and then piled on it a rich celebrity at that once Obama started counterpunching today. But then it goes back that McCain gave Obama an opening.
Let's watch this, what Lynn's talking about. Here we have one of those weird moments in politics where one candidate says something that sounds goofy. The other guy jumps on it, thinking he's got an easy shot, a gotcha journalist kind of thing. He can nail the guy. And then guess what? In the rebuttal, the third go-round, the other guy trumps him. Watch this. This is fascinating, back and forth. If you like how the game is fought these days, this is the fight. This is an audio of John McCain and a Politico reporter on the issue of how many homes do you live in or own?
How many houses do you and Mrs. McCain have?
I think I'll have my staff get to you. I'll try to tell you about that. How many of them further? I'll have them get to you.
Well, you hear that. Not exactly the usual answer of an American who's pretty clear that their house is their main asset. They know exactly which one it is, and they may own two, but to have innumerable houses, that's interesting. So Obama saw his opening, and he put this ad out on cable television.
Maybe you're struggling just to pay the mortgage on your home. But recently, John McCain said the fundamentals of our economy are strong. Then again, that same day, when asked how many houses he owns, McCain lost track. He couldn't remember. Well, it's 7. 7 houses. And here's one house America can't afford to let John McCain move into.
Okay, that was the snappy retort, the gotcha in this campaign. Now is the rebuttal, the final, well, at least so far, the final shot. This comes from McCain. It's a new ad he's just put out called The Housing Problem.
Barack Obama knows a lot about housing problems. One of his biggest fundraisers helped him buy his $1 million mansion, purchasing part of the property he couldn't afford. From Obama, Resco got political favors, including $14 million from taxpayers. Now, he's a convicted felon facing jail. That's a housing problem.
Well, there you have it, Richard Wolff. What's called, I think, the attack from a defensive position in politics. You let the other guy take a shot at you, and then just playing, David against Goliath, you come back with a sledgehammer or a spitball.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, it's rapid and it's very impressive that both of these campaigns can turn so quickly. But I think there's a difference in simplicity here. What you've got with the McCain quip about not knowing how many houses he owns is something that really breaks through. You can imagine this becoming a late-night fodder. And by the way, from the campaign's perspective, the Obama campaign, they think this ties together a number of things, whether it's Phil Gramm's comments on the mental recession or the whole idea of being rich if you own more than $5 million. So there's a simplicity and a narrative that this sort of congeals together. The Resco stuff, Lynn knows very well, is complex. It takes time to explain. I'm not sure if you come to that ad fresh, you would really understand what that Resco ad's all about.
Well, knowing what you know, Lynn, as someone who's covered him so long, including the little mini scandal, at least, involving how he got to afford that house in a nice neighborhood, the University of Chicago neighborhood, with the help of this guy who's obviously tainted Resco. Is he glad now he gotten into this fisticuff? Do you think, is Barack saying to his staff now, why'd you guys have me jump on him on the number of houses he had when I've got a house problem?
Here's why. I think the Resco card can only be played once or twice. It is, as Richard said, a very complex story, hard, and it did not work when Hillary Clinton tried to use it. But as you pointed out, it's the grocery store moment for former President Bush. everyone knows how many homes they own.
Now, he pointed that out, Richard Wolff.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So that's why I think that outweighs bringing up Resco again. Certainly it helps blunt the message. Don't think it will last unless they think of a way to do it better than Hillary Clinton did.
Let me ask you, Richard, a tough call here. Was that an implicit shot at what some people call a senior moment? When a person can't remember something they should remember, was that another way they thought they were hurting him by jumping on him?
Well, the framework they're using, and you can decide for yourself whether this refers to age, is him being out of touch. Now, is they out of touch with his own life or out of touch with the American people and the economy as it is today? The campaign would argue strenuously this is about the economy, but, what's the explanation for someone not knowing how much property they own? It's either that his wife was really running things, their marriage is such that they don't really share these issues with each other, or he's got too much property, or he's somehow cut loose from his own life.
It's not his competence I'm challenging. It's his what? I mean, what is the charge?
It sounds to me like he was also trying to do a legalistic answer because it's his wife, Cindy, who owns the properties on it. So maybe he was trying to figure out how to answer it. And one other quick thing back on Resco. Resco is going to come back in the campaign because his sentencing will come up before the election.
What's he facing?
Well, I'm not sure how much time it will be.
But it's serious time.
It's serious time, serious charges. So at least there's a predicate laid today by the McCain campaign. It also shows they're not afraid of trying to do it and just try to do it better than Hillary Clinton did.
Okay, thank you very much, Richard Wolff, and thank you, Lynn Sweet.